There's a difference between wanting something versus actually being committed to that thing. And I think we easily confuse the two of them because they sound exactly the same. I can set out really wanting something and still not be committed to getting it, still not be willing to put in the work to get it. Because wanting is about desire, but commitment is about what you are willing to do about that desire, right? You can want to become financially free. There's no problem with that. You can want to build a great business. You can want to build a successful business. You can want to get into shape. You can want to have a great relationship. You can want to be excellent at your craft and your skill. Or you can want to pick up a new skill. You can want to create something meaningful in your life. But wanting those things doesn't automatically mean you are willing to do what they require, because everybody wants the result. But the real question is whether you are willing to embrace the process that produces that result. And the process isn't usually as glamorous as the outcome, right? Everybody wants a successful business. Everybody wants, but nobody wants the years of uncertainty that can come before that, and the risk of failing. Everybody wants to be financially comfortable, though not everybody wants the discipline of managing money, increasing their income, and delaying gratification. Everybody wants to be fit, but not everybody wants to train, whether they are tired or when they are tired, and eat differently when nobody is watching, right? Everybody wants to be good at something. Everybody wants to be known for something. But not everybody wants to be terrible at it long enough to become good later on. And this is where commitment separates itself from desire. Commitment says, I want this thing when the process stops being exciting, right? And I think that's why commitment is less emotional than wanting. You don't have to wake up every morning feeling passionate about your goal. You don't have to constantly feel inspired. You just simply have to remember there is something I decided that matters to me. And then you act accordingly. Sometimes that means showing up. Sometimes it means saying no. Sometimes it means changing your strategy. Sometimes it means starting all over again from scratch. And sometimes it means accepting that progress is going to be slower than you had earlier wanted, but you keep moving regardless. Now, commitment doesn't mean being stubborn. No, that's important. Being committed to a goal doesn't mean you are forbidden from changing your approach. You can change the strategy, you can change the timeline, you can even decide that something isn't what you want anymore. And that's not necessarily quitting. Sometimes that's wisdom. But if you genuinely want that thing, and the only reason but if you still genuinely want that thing, yeah, and the only reason that you are abandoning it is because the process has become difficult, then maybe, just maybe, what you're experiencing isn't a change in desire. Maybe you are being asked whether you are actually committed to that thing, right? So ask yourself, in closing, do I just want this thing, or am I actually committed to it? Because wanting something makes you imagine the destination, but commitment makes you willing to travel the road, to walk the path to that destination. And sometimes the difference between the life you want, the difference between the life I want, and the life that I eventually build is simply how long I'm willing to stay committed to a goal, to a cause, even after the excitement wears off.